This is not a great argument for your existence of a God. Okay, so you know that this experience is real. It's not belief. Living in this experience and knowing that it is real, because you asked the question, what is the purpose of life? And I told you the purpose of life is living it. Living life. Enjoying it. Growing in it. Experiencing it. That has nothing to do with proving a God exists at all. So the fact that I can experience this life doesn't mean that a God exists. Did not the dodo bird experience life and then went extinct? Did the dodo bird ever consider where it came from, how it was created? Where does it go after this is all over? No, because it didn't have that level of consciousness to our knowledge. So just experiencing life doesn't necessarily mean your God exists. Now, as I had wrote to you in the comments of that video, what people like to do is they'll experience something in life and then they will project that experience into the framework of their religious belief of a God or their spiritual belief of a God, without any proof that that God actually did anything to manifest that experience or be a part of that experience or do anything or negate certain aspects of that experience. That is your perspective, which makes it just your perspective. It makes it your belief. So what you've done is take something real, which is an experience, and you've conformed it into a belief, which then makes it somewhat not real, makes it pseudo. A Muslim and a Christian and a Jew and a Buddhist and a Brahmin are in a car. The car flips over and not a scratch is on anyone. Who saved them? Which God saved them? They all prayed. They all believers. Which God saved them? None of them. Or is it just merely the manufacturing of the car, the speed to which they were traveling, the angle to which they impacted, and all these other variables that came into play which caused for them to not have a scratch? The seat belts, the windows didn't break. All these other variables that are based in physics is the reason why they didn't have a scratch on them. Not your God. But you will then say, God saved us all. My Christian God saved us all. But the Muslims say, no, Allah saved us all. No, Brahman would say, no, Vishnu saved us all. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't work. And then you say, do you also know, not believe, that you had nothing to do with any of it? Any of what? Any of my creation? Of course I didn't have anything to do with it. My parents did. My daddy and my mama did the shakalaka boom boom, and it produced me. They did it at the right time that I would be produced. If they had did it a minute later, 2 hours later, 3 days earlier, I would not be me. I just wouldn't exist. Somebody else would be in my place. If they had never met, my grandfather had never moved from Carrollton, Georgia to Smyrna, Georgia, they would have never met, and then I wouldn't exist. But their existence comes from their parents, and so on and so forth, back to a point where we lose track and we just don't know. And that's the problem, and that's the hard thing with most people. They have a problem with the I don't know. I don't know. Why does life exist on earth? What is our purpose? Our purpose is just to live the life to which we have. Why does life exist on earth? Because it's in the habitable zone from our star. That'll be the same reason for why does life not exist on Jupiter? Because it's not in the habitable zone for life as we know it. So therefore, there is no carbon-based, oxygen, nitrogen breathing beings on Jupiter. Cause and effect. It's as simple as that. Now, where did it all begin? How did it all happen? What the universe demonstrates is a cycle of natural law, of destruction and creation. Destruction and creation. It happens all the time. And all creation doesn't mean life. Jupiter was created. Jupiter will one day be destroyed. Another Jupiter-like planet will be created again, and another Jupiter-like planet will be destroyed. It's happening within the universe. We can watch it. We see it. We've seen nebulas, the explosions that creates nebulas, and the nebulas create stars, and stars create, and with the dust and everything, planets are created, solar systems are then created. They might have our type of life, they may not have our type of life, may have some other type of life. We don't know what type of life, but it may have it. And if life forms are created that have consciousness to the level that we have, they will think to themselves, why are we here? What created us? Will they ever say Jesus? Yeshua? Most likely not. Will they ever say Allah? Most likely not. Their language would be different. Their experiences would be different. Who rules? Who doesn't rule? All those things will be different, therefore creating a whole different mindset that will and possibly could look nothing like our own. They come to earth and be like, who is this Jesus? Who's this God? No, the creator of the universe is Pokapakintebang. That's the creator of the universe, Pokapakintebang. There was no dying savior. We didn't need one. Pokapakintebang had great laws that said simply treat other people how you wanted to be treated. And we followed it. We've never had nations. We were one united people on our planet. We've never had these types of wars and world wars that you people have. We've been united since the beginning. It could be a totally different process, a totally different people group. It could be a warrior class like the Predators, for all we know. So, no, we don't know. You don't know. We will probably not know in our lifetime. And it's more than likely, man will die out. Man's existence will cease before we can ever discover truly how the universe that we know as we know it was ever created. And that's a hard thing for people. People have a drive to know why we're here, what is our purpose, and more importantly, people have a drive to have to believe that there is life after this one, that this can't just be it. We have to have a heaven. We have to be eternal. Your desire to live is so strong that it creates ideas and theologies and philosophies to try to explain and understand life and try to give a sense of eternity. Like I said in the previous video, the dodo bird didn't have that level of consciousness. It rose, it thrived. It never once considered its ancestors, where it came from, how was the universe formed. And then it ceased to exist, it died out. As most species that's ever been on this planet has died out. We are the only species on the planet that contemplates, that reasons, and so we make ourselves special. We make ourselves better than every other frequency of energy on this planet. But we're not. We're not. As well as we came and we thrive and we will die out, just like everything else. And we will probably never know what all of this is about. The best you can do is just enjoy. The best you can do is just love. The best you can do is what's the word I want? Be someone that leaves a legacy that makes the planet better. Whether it is on a large scale or a small scale. Just make it a little bit better for the next person. Make it better for the next generation. Make it better for the people that are around you right now. Do something that's meaningful to you. And that's your purpose. And that's all the purpose you need. Only people lacking needs a purpose to live forever. I don't need to live forever. I'm good with annihilation because I've had a damn good time. It's been a good ride and I'm still riding. And I got, in my thought process, a good 97 more years of riding high. But what do you guys think? Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.